The reaction channel world is taking on its own double strike, with content creators being demonetized left and right. Large creators like Snowflake, Rachel, Jordy, Salty Crab, and others too boring to even talk about, have made entire online ecosystems based on something that's breaking the TOS now. People love to say the least interesting thing about Amber is her size, and then they do a 17-part series about what she's been eating or how much she's been eating for the last decade. People are shaped by things that can make them money. Big shocker here. Reaction channels have spent years showing their asses all over the internet for that AdSense money. We all want to hit it big, right? Create that perfect video that immediately gets thousands of likes and people comment like, whoa, good job on that one or something. And then YouTube sends you a check for, I'm assuming, $50 million. I have never made a dime off any video I've ever made, so I have no idea. The algorithm becomes like a god you pray to and then thank when subs are up, and you curse and accuse when they are down. But the YouTube algorithm is essentially just a reinforcement learning organism.
What do like kids do nowadays other than like say 6'7"?
6'7".
Hey, 6'7".
Yeah, right.
It's an AI that watches human behavior, not your channel. If you want it to favor you, you have to shape its expectations. Consistent signals, predictable reward, patterns it can bet on. So what is our holy doctrine, our reaction channel, upper echelon, Snowflake and Rachel and Jordy? What are they doing differently, right? Consistency. They upload the same boring shit every few days. Low effort content is something the algorithm and people in general thrive off of. People love comfort and consistency. When we tune into Snowflake for his recaps, we know he will do the same thing every time. He makes a comment about Amber and how large she is, and that she's as big as he's ever seen her. He will comment about her losing rarity. He will make a jab at her hygiene and also bring up past issues just to try to it seems like he's doing it to be like, hey guys, she's a bad person. Just don't forget. That's why I keep doing this every single 4 times a week. Jordy will make a rude joke, check his viewer, maybe make a joke no one likes. Kind of like when Jordy had someone donate money to his chat or whatever, and they had a Japanese last name. So then Jordy said, you must like anime. And everyone in the chat was like, what the hell are you talking about, Jordy? Honestly, for real, what the hell was that? Jordy will not apologize for his bullshit either. He just doubles down. And when anybody was saying anything about it in his chat, he accused the viewer of being too woke or just whatever. I don't know. And then Rachel, she just consistently defends Emily, her girlfriend, and just puts out in boring content, right?
But then I realized that's just how you are. Maybe I just need to stop expecting you to be a good person so that way I won't get hurt when you're not.
So it's like clockwork. They say the same thing, they post, people love it. It's comfort videos for them at this point. They watch to avoid giving Amber money because it's a loophole. But the algorithm interprets its behavior. And they think these types of content creators, the viewer likes. That might not even be true. They're just avoiding Amber. I believe currently what YouTube is saying is this is not sustainable. Find something new. And the truth is this is the moment to evolve. That does not mean pivot to another person and focus on their size. I believe the algorithms will stop rewarding what they used to, so there will be a content drought. And there already is one with all of this stuff that's happening, I think. So everyone is collectively shitting their pants, and I can feel the tension in these half-ass live streams, and Snowflake is looking stressed and depressed.
Well, I don't think it's the end, but if it's...
I believe for them, it's hard to not fall back on the same old shit that the algorithms have favored because of the overall freak show of it all, right? Viewers still want analysis, and they still want insight, and they want breakdowns and patterns and behaviors and motive and inconsistencies, right?
Huh? I'm getting all off topic here. But yeah, I was just like a girly.
But you guys aren't really giving them that anymore. You're just saying the same thing over and over again. When Amber deleted all of her videos, I believe that actually did change the landscape. People won't be able to comfort watch her content anymore. It was incredibly selfish of her, and she could have left up at least some of her videos for her fans that are actually watching her with good intentions. And that people that, even like, I was thinking for autistic people that watch her content, that's just a crazy thing to do, Amber. Why would you do that? I don't understand the logic and the power. It's like a power thing. She has to be in control. Unless she's getting paid, no one can see her content. That's insane. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Amber is going to come back to YouTube and eventually be able to make content that are like within the rules of YouTube and she'll be able to make money again? Or do you think this is just a downward spiral for the whole thing? Like, I can't really tell what's even happening anymore. In the past, we've seen Amber survive basically anything like a cockroach, using her time left at YouTube to just do live streams where she's very mean to her viewers and she doesn't make any interesting content at all for a very long time. But because this collapse is so different, her really like taking all of her content off YouTube, I think that the reaction channels are going to have to start mutating to keep up with this kind of change. When a space you followed for a long time starts to implode, the brain scrambles to preserve a sense of continuity. Commentary helps to provide a clear storyline, cause and effect, and consequence. It pulls scattered data into shape that the mind can hold. Without that, the collapse feels chaotic. With it, the collapse becomes comprehensive and almost orderly. These collapses isolate people. It cuts you off from your predictability and your routine and your parasocial rhythms. Commentary gives us a place to like sort this all out again. It restores the feeling of being in the room with the others, even if those others are just creators untangling the same unraveled threads. I believe for our reaction channels, they're kind of thinking once something collapses, there's a fear like what else will come next? And we're already seeing other channels getting demonetized. This collapse could be seen kind of like an open loop, and humans hate open loops. It feels like a story that's missing an ending. We want our season finale. We all want to tie a little bow on the chaos, or we want Amber to be monetized again so we can all make a lot of money. So I believe during this time, commentary will spike because it's a moment of collapse.
The burning of the Library of Alexandria is happening right now in Gorlworld.
The ecosystem will change and old channels will become irrelevant and new channels will pop up and replace them. I noticed someone else got demonetized, right? And immediately they said what Amber said, I don't prepare for the future. I live by the seat of my pants. I take this all for granted is basically what they're saying. Jordy is even crowdsourcing here, trying to figure out what the hell should he talk about. He doesn't have a personality, guys. He doesn't know what to talk about. Snowflake started his hiking channel, I guess, but I really think he should focus on the real star of Gorlworld, Jimmy Bunker. He's your best friend, Snowflake, and he puts up with a lot to deal with you. I know you give him money, but that doesn't count. You're a lot to deal with. So put the spotlight on him. For God's sakes. I don't want to sit here and give Snowflake ideas, but you live in Europe, right?
I got beef with the UK. Yeah,
and then you're going around hiking in the forest, looking at the ground. The fuck? I could do an 18-part series on the bricks in this town. There's a guy in Chicago that he does only brick tours. He just talks about all the bricks in Chicago, and it's actually incredible and amazing. Snowflake, you could be doing other things. You could be doing better. You could take a 3-hour train to frickin' France. You're pissing me off, Snowflake. Like always, you're always pissing me off. And I don't want to hear the excuse of no one will watch these videos because you need to start creating new viewers. You need to start making new content and you need to pivot away from all of the focus on people's sizes. Rachel, I think you should just leave the internet. Leave the internet completely and go read books. Jordy, I think you should make a online what not to wear series where your people send you in pictures of them in their clothing and you tell them why they look bad. If you took 1 second and stopped thinking about money and started thinking about interesting content to make that people would watch, we would have A lot of ideas, guys. I'm going to be mean no matter what you guys do because y'all suck, but like seriously, just sit down and think. Turn off your phone and use your little brains. If you use any of these ideas, I expect a shout out on your shitty channels. As we know, hate comments help the algorithm, and I could use more of them. Please comment below if you think I have dyslexia. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Echo Study. Like and subscribe for more mess.